Alright, I am back from the prior video a few days ago where I pretend had a finger sewn back on and an eyeball sewn back in. The video for this one will be an update on some culls, which are these guys, and some crosses that one or two of them took quite a while to get any kind of some progress with. But the first part of the video is going to be on these Russian red lace snakeskin males that I had culled because they have they had some issues. Like this one is kind of incredible. I'm really enjoying the way that one came out. The spots on the body kind of elongated a little bit, as well as a couple on the tail, and now he's hidden by the other ones. So if I can get that body a little bit bigger over the next few months, I'm going to probably send him to the March IFGA show, which I think is in Utah. Or Utah. I don't even know how to say Utah. And anyway, that one, he's got a nice dorsal, nice, excellent tail, fantastic snakeskin pattern. And I just need to get the body bigger, which, you know, I got 4 months to do that as we're talking. Right now, it's October 6th, Sunday night. Wasted too much time watching baseball games on teams I don't even follow. Dislike all four of them. I don't even know who to root for. The National League ones. But anyway, these males turned out pretty darn nice. There's a couple that still have a little bit of an issue. Like if I can get this guy on, that tail edge is a little funky. So I gotta see if that and this one are going to grow in. Because what happens with these guys, it's really the only line I have like that, except for maybe the yellow deltas, is the top and bottom of the tail starts growing as they get growth spurts. And then the middle catches up. So they can look a little weird. So I try to be careful with my culls, that I keep them long enough to determine what they're going to be. And so anyway, that's why there's a couple of females in there now with these, because they're going to get used a little bit as breeders. Not much, just probably for about a few weeks until I make sure these females are hit, which they probably already are. And if you notice, the females in my Russian red lace snakeskin line are kind of plain, more or less colorless, except for a little bit of a light blue in the dorsal and a hint of red in the tail. And that's about it. And that's not so bad for me, because I don't enter the females in shows. And I like that the females don't have color to pass on to the males. I'd like to keep the color pattern, since this is an intricate one. I like to keep it on the male breeders and just have the females kind of pass on whatever they pass on. This female's got a little bit of a folded tail. It's not clamped, but I'm going to have to keep my eye on that. I'll probably put in a drop of Melafix in here as well. But there's a couple of really good males. This one I'm going to pull because I don't like how the front of the body's looking. Getting chesty, and not chesty like a stripper. It's chesty like a fat guppy. Which, yeah, hey, it's not so bad, but I don't want that passed on. So they look good, and very happy with these. And this one is probably going to get pulled out with one of the other males and grown out in a tank of his own, probably a 5.5. I'm probably won't be able to do that tonight, as you'll see from the next things I cobble onto this video. There's too much going on, too many babies with some of these other fish, and I got to determine what to do. All right, hang in there. I'll have some more coming up. And this is the Snow White Albino males that I culled, 2 of them, that I put in with female Pingus, or Pingu females. And the female Pingus are very plain. They get a little hint of a color at the back of the body where it starts to form into the tail. You can almost see it on this one. But as you can see, there's a few babies in here. I don't know if they're going to be Pingus. the fact that this one is so light, I'm thinking that the cross took, because I did use females that were too young to have been hit already. So I think I got something out of this, because that baby is too light for a Pingu, or at least I think so. So I have them in a small tank because I wanted the males to have no problems catching up to the females. And a few babies at the top. There's some thin leaf water spray at the top as well. This is that tank with the really cool homemade filter by a guy that used to be in our South Jersey group. And all's well with this. So, you know, that's kind of weird with the yellow, orange creeping in, but they'll be fine to use as crosses. So we'll see what happens. It'll take a while to grow these out, but at least there's a start here. All right, I'll continue on with the video. I use these Lee's Critter Keeper things for emergencies when I have fry that I got to put somewhere. This is the small one. They also have a mini, which is that size right there. Sometimes I use that for a photo tank. Same with this one, which is what's happening right now. Actually, I get to the next cross, but these you can get at a local pet store. I think they're like $5. If you try to buy them on Amazon, they're like twice as much. So better to check around and not just go for Amazon. But anyway, this one is working out pretty good. And we'll mention we have a special guest in the fish room. Look at that. It's Ed Sheeran. I think he's a comedian from England. No, I'm a singer. What? I can't understand you. What are you, English? Anyway, that's Ed Sheeran. Looks pretty cool. I understand he plays the guitar. It looks like a guitar. And anyway, Ed, please stop singing. You're terrible. Hit the road. All right, that wasn't funny. But let me get that out of the way. These are, I went over a video probably about 8 or 9 months ago on some crosses and Death Gene and Guppies. You can end up losing an entire line because you might get like a, they start getting deformed, or they start getting, they break down in different ways, the color. And sometimes you get all of one sex, all males, all females. And these 5 males were what's left of, unless you saw the prior video, you won't believe it. I had bought, let me adjust the camera a little bit. I had bought a metalhead Russian red lace snakeskins from ATFG about 3 years ago. And I had left one tank of them to just keep colony breeding. And something ended up happening, and I had only 5 males, which you can see, they're not really double swords. They're like, I guess, veil tail maybe, not veil tail, lyre tails. And, but very interesting coloration. I really haven't seen that in a guppy, more like an Endler type thing, but I think they're too large to be Endlers. Anyway, I didn't want to completely lose the line. So I guess in March or so, I had put about 5 of my black Moscow females in with them. And a few of them had kicked it. The black Moscow females, I'm saying. And they, one by one, they died. I don't know what happened, but I did get some fry out of that one, which I put in this little tank. So I have no idea what these are going to grow out to be, because the genetics are so kind of whacked out between the two fish that I put together, 2 types of fish. The black Moscow, I don't think will be dominant. The female, anyway. If I would have used a black Moscow male, then maybe. But there's a pretty good amount. I think I got about 15 in there. But these, what were Russian red lace snakeskin metalheads, have turned into something really cool looking, but I don't know what to make of them. They do have a dorsal which is kind of clear. It's long. It's got a little bit of color in it, like you can see with this one. So obviously they used quite a bit to create the metalhead Russian red lace snakeskins, which were really cool. Sorry I lost them actually. But if I get any out of this cross, that would be incredible, and I could actually kind of cross them into my metalhead snakeskin line. Sorry about that. I think that was Ed Sheeran pushing the camera. So we'll see what I get. This is really cool. I mean, these 5 males are pretty amazing. They're really interesting looking. They spend more time schooling as a group of 5 than anything else. I think the other 4 females died of boredom. But this one came through, and she's filling up again. So these babies that I just showed were born 3 nights ago. And probably in about a month, we'll start to see some coloration out of them. At this point, they do not look anything like a black Moscow baby. So there's that. And I'll see what happens. But anyway, that's enough for this video. Sorry about the bad humor. And I'll keep you updated on this as well. So thanks for hanging in there.